This is baby Zoe, and we're gonna feed her some breakfast. We're live here at Ocoee Riverside Farm, and we are open to the public. So if you've ever wanted to come feed a sloth, you can do that here. So Zoe is a two-fingered Linnaeus sloth, and we're gonna feed her some rice and some veggies. So she's eating some squash right now. Guys, we're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. And this is Zoe. Zoe's birthday was December 16th, so she's just over 1 year old. I guess that would be January, February. She's 14 months old. And she's eating some squash right now. We have two other sloths here. We have Dash, and he's a little baby. He's only about 6 months old, and about 2 pounds. And then we have Flash, who's our adult, and he's almost 6 years old. But if you've ever wanted to come hang out with sloths, you can do that here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. Pretty fun. We also have baby kangaroos that you can bottle feed. And then we have camels that you can ride. And we do horseback rides. And we have goats, sulcata tortoises, hedgehogs. What else do we have? Micro squirrels, coatimundis, llamas, and alpacas. And we're working on doing hikes with llamas too. Would any of y'all ever want to do a hike with a llama? How cool would that be? Still lining up all the specifics, but I think it'll happen. If you've ever wanted to have a birthday party here at like a zoo or at Ocoee Riverside Farm, which is better than a zoo, you can do that. We do unicorn birthday parties. So one of the ponies gets a little braid and like a little horn, so you can have a unicorn birthday party. We'll be doing a sloth encounter at 10 or 10:30. So after we feed Zoe, we'll probably go off for a little bit, but then you can check back as soon as we're live again. And we'll be doing stuff with Zoe and probably also Dash. And Dash is really cute. If you're coming to do a sloth encounter, I definitely advise don't wear any crazy big earrings, just because the sloths are kind of like climbing around and you don't want them to grab that. And don't wear a necklace either. Because sloths have really sensitive sense of smell, try not to wear any strong perfumes or lotions either. So this is Zoe. She's just having her breakfast. So where's everybody watching from this morning? And I might try to move that camera a little bit closer so I can see, because I need some glasses apparently. She's going to town. Good job, Zoe. We got some people from Georgia, New York. I'm gonna pull this just a little bit closer so I can see. So we got Georgia, New York. Where else? And we're in Benton, Tennessee. Utah, Louisiana. Louisiana has the Super Bowl coming up, don't you? Down in New Orleans. Sweden, Hannah, hello, that's awesome. I don't know if we've had anybody from Sweden yet. We've had people from Germany, New Zealand, Australia, England, Murfreesboro, you're right down the road, Tennessee, Texas, awesome. España, is that Spain? South Dakota. That is chilly up there. Netherlands. Good morning in Netherlands. I have somebody in Netherlands doing some animation work for us. It's gonna be pretty cool, guys. Alberta. I bet it's cold up in Alberta. What's the temperature up there? California. Good morning. Somebody said sloths taste super yummy. Well, we're not gonna eat Zoe, so we'll never find out. -36 in Alberta. That's cold. I see a UP out there. How do you know if a sloth is upset or mad? Well, we spend a lot of times with the sloths, a lot of times with all of these sloths. And once you spend time around animals, you can really get a feeling for their demeanor, right? Just like any other animal or any other person. And so we can notice if they seem to be acting differently or how they act when they're hungry or sick. And another thing we do to be able to see about their health is the poop. So they poop every 7 to 10 days. And so we really monitor that to check on their health. Hannah, if you're in love, you should come see Zoe. And we actually have 2 other sloths. Laura, how do you get a job doing this? Well, I think we actually are about to take some applications for people that are willing to speak on camera and do work around the farm. So it's definitely not an easy job. A lot of people see me feeding the animals and they're like, oh, that's all there is to do. There's a lot more to do than that. Italy, hello. Oh, Dana, you're coming in April. You're gonna love it. It is awesome. Can everybody see and hear okay? I'm trying to make sure it's set up okay. So guys, we have 3 sloths here. We have Flash, Dash, and Zoe. So we have different encounters from just feeding Flash, which is the sloth encounter, and you do pet them, you get plenty of pictures with them and all that. And then we have cuddles and snuggles, and then we have sloth keeper for the day. So that means you get to hang out with the sloths for 3 hours. You get to do everything that we do to take care of the sloths. So if you've ever wanted like the ultimate experience of hanging out with sloths all day, sign up for the sloth keeper experience. How you doing with your food, Zozo? You want some more veggies? So she's eating a little bit of squash and she's been transitioning to the veggies. What do you think, Zoe? Is that pretty yummy? Let's see if I can turn it just a little bit. And she's really been climbing a lot more, which is what we want, because we want her to just have a good time and hang out. Right, Zoe? Zoe, your little munches are cute. You want another bite? Be a big girl. Where is this place? We are in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. And we are open to the public. Oh, you're not feeling that piece? Can we make it smaller? She's so cute. Guys, so if you want to visit, we are in Benton, Tennessee. The name of the farm is Ocoee Riverside Farm. It's like a zoo, but it's a lot better than a zoo because you can stay here and actually be around the animals and experience them. Somebody in Illinois, good morning. And Fort Myers, it's warm. Tanya, I am jealous that it is warm in Fort Myers. It finally warmed up here. It's in the 60s and 70s now, but about a month ago, it was close to 0, which is cold for here in Tennessee. Are you eating good? So this is Zoe. She's a 2-fingered Linnaeus sloth. She's having a little breakfast. And then around 10:30, we'll be doing an encounter. So make sure you tune back in around then. And it's gonna be pretty cool. We also are working on getting a bunch more shirts and stuff on our Shopify site. So then that way you guys can grab your sloth, llama, camel stuff, all of those good things. Some people were asking about horse rides a while ago. We do horse rides. We just opened that up to non-lodging guests. So if you want to come do a horse ride, sign up. It's a blast. You get to tour the whole property. You live in Cincinnati. Well, then you should definitely come. That's not too far. You can swing by on the way between Florida and Cincinnati. You want some more, Zozo? There's a lot to do here on the farm, guys. We have over 125 animals. The river is right here. The wagons and the cabin is actually right on the river, so it's really cool. Are sloths affectionate? Well, if they're held since a baby, they want to be held all the time. Like when I was coming here to set up the cameras, Zoe was climbing all around trying to be like, hold me, hold me, hold me. So she's pretty sweet. Are you showing them how you're eating all funny? Let's see if we can turn these just a little bit. There you go. Maybe y'all can see a little bit better. Over here, Zoe, look. Yum. See in here okay? We're trying to make sure these cameras are lined up all right for you. Is it your sloth or a rescue? So here at Ocoee Riverside Farm, we are licensed by the USDA and we have over 125 animals. So this sloth is not a rescue. It and several generations before it were raised by a doctor of veterinary medicine who has been working with sloths for over 30 years. So Zoe has never been in the wild, never known the wild, and that's the reason she doesn't have moths on her or algae or anything else. We would never take a sloth out of the wild, and you never should hold a sloth from the wild because they don't like it and it's not good for their biome. What kind of horses? We have Quarters and Morgans. And she is going to town on this rice, aren't you, Zoe? Oh, I dropped her little thing. You see how sensitive her hearing is? So sloths have ears just like us, and I'm trying to see if I can kind of find them here. Sometimes they're kind of hidden. Where's your little ears? Oh, there it is. So, you can't really see Zozo. Can you move your head over there? I'm trying to show y'all her ear. Can y'all see that? That's her ear. She's like, don't mess with my ears. Okay, I won't mess with them. Do you want any more? I think I got just a little bit. Oh. So if you want to come hold a sloth, snuggle a sloth, feed a sloth, or hang out with sloths all day, you can do that here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. Hey Zozo, you want a little bit more? Very cuddly. She's very sweet. She likes to be held. If you're coming to hold Zoe or any of the other sloths, if your skin is like, not kind of used to being pulled on or whatever, you're younger, I would wear a hoodie or a long sleeve shirt just because she's pulling a little bit. And do not wear any earrings, no necklaces, no perfumes, really strong deodorants, lotions, or anything like that, because she just wants to lick and taste and explore. My hair is the same color as Zoe's. Yeah, I guess God designed it that way. He knew that Zoe and I were going to be hanging out one day. Will they move quicker with heat? Well, hey Zozo. Well, it's always 75 to 80 degrees here. So she moves pretty quick when she wants to. A lot quicker than you would think that a sloth could move. And part of the reasons that they're so sweet and nice and just hanging out is because we feed them and we spend time with them. and we make sure that they're safe and well cared for. Jessica, you don't have to be jealous. You can come and do this. It's open to the public. You can book everything on our website, OcoeeRiversideFarm.com, and come and do it. It's a blast. And we have lodging too. The cool thing we have going on right now is the covered wagons. So Benton chuck wagon are only $99 a night, right? But the cool thing is if you book those, you get 20% off your experiences. So if you're doing 1 or 2 events here, your lodging's basically free. So what you want to do is you want to look, see which encounters you want to do, make sure they're available. Then you book your lodging, you get emailed a code, it gives you that 20% discount, and then you can book your animal encounters. Ocoee Ware, we are in Benton, Tennessee, or Ocoee, Tennessee, right on the banks of the Ocoee River, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. Let's see if I can turn this just a tad. Sorry, I have multiple cameras running, so I'm trying to make sure they're all pointed. Do I use unscented soap for my clothing? Well, I don't use hardly any detergent. And we wash it with basically like a water that's kind of filtered. So that keeps the wear and tear on the clothes down, and then that way it doesn't have too strong a smell. How far from Nashville? I think it may be 2.5 hours. Ottawa, you are super close if you're saying Ottawa, Tennessee, and Ottawa is really close. You're over there by McKee Foods and all that. So yeah, come give us a visit. Jacksonville, Florida, how you doing? Do they have any type of odor? Ours do not have any type of odor. You wouldn't want to leave? Well, that's okay. That's the reason we started the sloth keeper for the day. So if you want to spend 3 hours with sloths, you can do that. It is the same price if you bring 1 or 2 people. If it is only 1 person, you have to be at least 18 years old. If it's 2 people, the second person I think can be down to 13 or 14. And the reason for that is you just have to be kind of quiet and still. And sometimes that's a lot for younger kids. They are wild in Panama, that's right. So did you know that when they're up in the tree and if they fall, right, because maybe a harpy eagle or a big cat, sloths can withstand up to like a 100-foot fall. And the reason for that is they have 46 ribs, 2 sets of 23. And their internal organs are attached with a connective tissue to the ribs. So when they fall out of that tree and then the cat falls, that cat's probably gonna die. And then the sloth's gonna look over at it and be like, ha, ha. And then the sloth will kind of crawl away and be fine. Do they have bugs? Nope, no bugs. Bugs in the wild, 100%. Somebody wanted me to pet her head. She just likes long, slow pets. So you don't want to squeeze and grab. You don't want to go the wrong way. You thinking about going back up? You want to go back up in your bed? Guys, I think she's going to want to go back up to her bed. So I'm going to see if I can adjust these cameras. And we're going to let Zoe climb back up in her bed. And then we'll be doing an encounter with, I think, Zoe and Dash. Dash is a really cute baby that's only 6 months old and only weighs 2 pounds. So a little tiny cute guy. So I'm gonna move some stuff around here and see if we can get it set up so you guys can see her climb back in her bed. We're located in Benton, Tennessee, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. Let's see if we can move some of these cameras around. Forgive me if I make a little bit of noise here. Zoe wants to help with the camera. Thank you, Zoe. You are a big help. Zoe's like, I want to help. All right, Zoe, let's see if we can raise this up for us. All right. Sorry guys, it's just me operating the camera when I'm usually feeding the animals. So forgive me if you have to stare at my forehead. I'm sorry. Make sure you guys can see where she's gonna climb up to. And that's the bed where we're gonna go. Zoe, are you looking at all the people? Are you looking at all the people? All right, let's see. I think that should be about right. All right, so we're letting her get used to climbing around a lot more on her own and just figuring it out. So I usually just stand kind of close and let her kind of reach a little bit. You want to go up, Zozo? She's like, I'm not feeling it yet, guys. You want to go up? Boost her up a little bit so she can reach. She's thinking about it. You want to try to reach over? Let's see here. Oh yeah, good girl. You got it. You got it. Good job, Zoe. Good job. And that's baby Zoe in her bed, guys. You can see she's just hanging out. Yeah, she loves to hang out. Guys, if you want to come visit, we're at Ocoee Riverside Farm, halfway between Chattanooga and Knoxville. And I'm just going to leave these cameras set up right here because she's hanging out and I'm sure you guys would like to watch. And we'll be doing a sloth encounter around 10 or 10:30. Where are we located? We're located in Benton, Tennessee. Now she hasn't fallen out of her hammock, and we have a net that we leave up when we're not in here. But I'm gonna let her kind of explore while I move some of this stuff out of the way. Guys, I thought I'd bring out the armadillo and show you. This is Baku. He's a 3-banded armadillo. And yes, behind me is a sloth. We're located in Benton, Tennessee. So this is Baku. He's a 3-banded armadillo. You can see that right there. And what you see right here is not a shell. It's his skin. You can see his head there, his head and his tail. Hello in Ireland. How are you? Thank you. And the sloth behind me's name is Zoe. We're gonna be doing a sloth encounter at 10:30. But I just came inside and I was putting Baku back in his area. So I thought I'd bring him over here so you guys could see him. I think he looks really cool. Let's see if I hold him right here, if he'll pop open. Zoe. Zoe's like, I'm gonna get on you.